Hi there, welcome to another session of this course. And in this session, we are going to be building and programming a unicycle. So, what's a unicycle? A unicycle is just a one-wheeled vehicle. It's just like the bicycle, but this time it has just one wheel. So, we are going to be building that and programming that also in this session. So, we have all the components that we need for this session displayed already. We have the actuator, we have a wheel, we have the microcontroller, that is the brain. We have a ring bit. We have screws for connecting the microbit to the ring bit, and we have a screwdriver to do that connection. And we have a set of batteries to power the unicycle. So you may be wondering, what's this ring bit? What's it about? So you can just take a look at it. And the work of the ring bit is to expand the connectivity options of the microbit. What do I mean? Now, see this microbit as a very smart kid, but then it can talk to a few friends at a time, and then see this ring bit as a friend of the smart kid. But now it's going to help the smart kid communicate with more friends at the same time. Now, let's take, for instance, you want this microbit to communicate with a motor, with a light, and also a sensor. But the microbit can only communicate with one at a time. So that's where the ring bit comes in. So with a set of pins at the back here, once the microbit is connected to the ring bit helps the microbit to communicate with more friends. Now let's take, for instance, we want this microbit to communicate with a motor and a light and also a sensor. But now the microbit can only communicate with just one at a time. So that's where the ring bit comes in. The ring bit connects with this microbit so that the microbit can communicate with the motor, the lights, and the sensor at the same time. So the ring bit has a set of pins here that each of those components can connect to, and then the microbit can communicate with all of them at the same time. I hope you get that. So now the first thing we want to do is to connect the microbit to the ring bits, and then we're just going to do that real quick. Good. Now we've connected the microbit, the smart kid, to the ring bit, his friend, so that it can communicate with more components at a time. Now the next thing is we pick this actuator, and then we pick the wheel, and we connect both of them together. We've done that also. So that's it. We've built our unicycle like this. So you're going to program it to drive forward and backward when we press the buttons on the microbit. There are two buttons on the microbit, button A and button B. So when we press button A, the unicycle is going to drive forward, and when we press button B, the unicycle is going to drive backwards. So now let's head on to programming. Now we want to program the unicycle that we built to drive forward and backwards when we press the buttons A and B on the microbit. The first thing we want to do now is to log on to the MakeCode website. That's the software that we are going to be using to program the microbit. I have my browser up now, and I'm going to log on to the site. So you come to the search bar and type makecode and .microbit.org. Then you have it here. Now the website is up, and you click on new project. Then name your project. We're going to be naming as unicycle and create. Now you have this interface here. So the first thing we want to do now is to add an extension, and the name of the extension we'll be adding is called ring beat car. Ring beat car. So we click on extensions, then we'll come and search for ring beat car. Now we have it here, ring bit car. Good. Now we have the ring bit car up on our screen. So now we are going to go to input, then you bring out this block on button A pressed. We want when we press button A, the unicycle drives forward, and when we press button B, the unicycle drives backwards. So let's come to ring bit car now and drag out, go forward for 0 seconds. Then let's make it drive for 5 seconds. So when we press button A on the microbit, it drives forward for 5 seconds. Now we want when we press button B, the unicycle goes backwards for another 5 seconds. So you come to input and get the same block, change A to B, then from ring bit car get the same forward block, then change forward to backwards and 0 to 5. Alright, it's time to run the unicycle. So let's connect the actuator to the microbit, to any pin at all. Good. So let's turn the ring bit and the microbit on with this button, and it's on. So we're going to place the unicycle here. So we're here. So when I press button A on the microbit, the unicycle drives forward for 5 seconds. So let's see. Starts moving. Keep moving. Good. So when I press button B on the microbit, the unicycle drives backwards. Alright, that's it. Thank you for staying through, and I'll see you in the next session. Bye.